Welcome to T10 Info TV SK channel. My name is Syed. Here I am with the latest news for 21st October 2023. Case relief announces funding for 6 projects to support Syrian refugees in Jordan. The Saudi aid agency Case Relief has announced funding support for 6 projects to help Syrian refugees in Jordan, the Saudi presidency reported on Friday. The agreements, which will provide food, shelter and medicine to the refugees, were announced by Abdullah Al-Rabia, Case Relief General Supervisor in Amman on Thursday, the SPA added. GCC and Asian leader call for permanent ceasefire in Gaza, condemn attacks against civilians. Gulf and Asian leader have issued a statement calling all parties involved in the Gaza conflict to implement a permanent ceasefire and condemn the attacks on civilians in Palestine enclave. Summit leaders also called for much-needed delivery of humanitarian aid, relief supplies and other essential necessities and service to Gaza. In their statement, the leader urged parties to the conflict to protect civilians, to refrain from targeting them and to adhere to international humanitarian law, especially the principle and provision of the Geneva Convention regarding the protection of civilian persons in time of war. Canada removes 21 diplomats from India after New Delhi threatened to revoke their immunity. Canada has recalled 41 of its diplomats from India after the Indian government said it would revoke the diplomatic immunity, the foreign minister said Thursday, in an escalation of the dispute over the slaying of a Sikh separatist in Canada. The moves come after Canada's allegation that India may have been involved in the June killing of Canadian citizen Hardeep Singh Najjar in suburban Vancouver. India has accused Canada of harboring separatists and terrorists but dismissed the allegation of its involvement in the killing as absurd and has taken diplomatic steps to express its anger over the accusation. German Foreign Minister announces $52.8 million aid for Gaza civilian. German Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock announced on Thursday 50 million euros, which is $52.8 million in an aid for civilians in Gaza Strip on the first stage of a mini tour of the Middle East. Germany was also preparing to send medical team into the Gaza Strip, she added, her ministry said in a statement. Europe seeks answers to rising security challenges as Israel-Hamas war fuels new concern. The European Union began taking steps on Thursday to limit the impact of the war between Israel and Hamas on the bloc amid heightened security tension after a firebomb attack on a Berlin and killing in Belgium and France by suspected Islamic extremists. Spain, which is currently hold the European rotating presidency, activated a crisis mechanism to speed up decision making and coordination between the 27 member countries, the bloc institution and major partners like the United Nations or the United States. Mr. Joe Biden requests $106 billion package including Ukraine and Israel funds. United States President Joe Biden urgently requested Friday military aid for Ukraine and Israel in a massive $106 billion national security package, but Republican paralysis in Congress means it hit an immediate wall. Biden's demand came a day after he drew a direct link between Hamas attack on Israel and Russian President Vladimir Putin's invasion of Ukraine to convince Americans that the United States must show global leadership. 8 trucks need to move to Gaza as quickly as possible, UN chief. 8 trucks need to move to Gaza as quickly as possible, United Nations Secretary General Antonio said at the Egyptian side of the Rafah crossing between the Gaza Strip and Egypt. He called for a meaningful number of trucks to enter Gaza every day and for verification of aid to be done in a way that is practical and expedited. We are actively engaging with all parties to make sure conditions for delivering aid are lifted, he said. Palestinian President among international leaders to attend Cairo Peace Summit. Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas will be among international leaders to participate in the Cairo Summit for Peace on Saturday, an official source told Reuters. Bahrain's King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa and Kuwait's Crown Prince Sheikh Mishal Al Ahmed Al Jabbar Al Sabah also confirmed their presence in Cairo. French Foreign Minister Catherine Colonna, European Council President Charles Michel and Europe top diplomat Joseph Borrell have confirmed their presence in the meeting, which will be discussed the Palestine-Israel issue according to report. Israel threatens bans of BBC for its refusal to call Hamas terrorists. The Israeli government has issued a stern warning to the BBC suggesting that the network may be prohibited from reporting in the country due to its refusal to classify Hamas as a terrorist organization. A senior Israeli official voiced the government's concern, emphasizing that the BBC might face repercussions if it continues to operate in a manner inconsistent with our legal framework. In an interview with the Daily Mail on Thursday, Israeli President Isaac Herzog called the BBC stance atrocious. British Prime Minister met Palestinian and Egyptian leader in Cairo to discuss Gaza. British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak met Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas in Cairo on Friday and underscored the need for aid to be allowed into Gaza and for Hamas and Israel to avoid civilian casualties in the conflict, Sunak office said. The Prime Minister expressed his deep condolence for the loss of civilian lives in Gaza. The leader agreed on the need for all parties to take steps to protect civilians, Sunak office said in a statement following the meeting. Indian Sikkim to declare dead 79 people missing in Himalayan lake floods. Sikkim has begun work to designate as dead at least 79 people who went missing floods unleashed by Himalayan glaciers lake outburst 2 weeks ago, a senior official said on October 20, taking the death toll into disasters to 179. The floods triggered by torrential rain and overflow from the Lohanak lake will among the region worst is more than 50 years, washing away homes and bridges in the northeastern state. CBI Operation Chakra 2 cracked 2 more cases for cyber-enabled financial crime. The Central Bureau of Investigation, as part of its Chakra 2 operation, has achieved a major breakthrough into 2 more cases involving an international online investment fraud worth hundreds of crores targeting Indians and a cyber-enabled impersonation racket in which Singaporean citizens were cheated. The first case was registered by the agency last year based on input from various sources including the Indian Cybercrime Coordination Center under the Ministry of Home Affairs. As alleged in conspiracy with local associate, the accused based overseas cheated Indian citizen on the pretext of investment, loan and job opportunities. Manipur High Court allows tribal bodies to appeal against order on ST status for Métis. The Manipur High Court has allowed the tribal bodies in the state to appeal against the controversial March 27 order which had directed the state government to send a recommendation on scheduled tribe status for Métis. A division bench comprising Justice Ahantim Bimol Singh and a Guneshwar Sharma in its October 19 order allowed the tribal bodies to appeal against the order. Noting the nature of the grievances raised by them and the argument advanced by various parties, this order has now paved the way for the tribal bodies' appeal to be taken up for hearing. Delhi High Court dismissed AAP leader Sanjay Singh's plea against arrest in money laundering case. The Delhi High Court on Friday dismissed AAP leader Sanjay Singh petition challenging his arrest as well as remand by the Enforcement Directorate in a money laundering case related to the now scrapped Delhi exercise policy. At a premature stage when investigation is at a nascent state, this court does not find any ground to interfere at all which order of the remand or arrest, dismissed the High Court said while pronouncing the verdict. Supreme Court flags pendency of 21 names for appointment and transfer of High Court judges says pick and choose create problems. The Supreme Court on Friday said it was both troublesome and very disturbing that the government delayed some judicial appointment and transfer in High Court while certain pick and choose names were disturbing in hours. Justice Sanjay Kishan Kaul heading a 3-judge bench said the transfer of some High Court judges were stalled for months together by the government. New book on PM Modi's Man Ki Baat to be out soon. Man Ki Baat book published by Blue Crop Retail Foundation puts together many of the intervention by civil society and Prime Minister Narendra Modi's own experience shared with listener into a single volume. The book is likely to be launched at the end of October or the early part of November in New Delhi. United Arab Emirates sent 68 tons of food supplies for Gaza. As part of its ongoing Tarahum for Gaza campaign, the UAE today sent an aircraft carrying 68 tons of food supplies and relief aid to Al Raish, Egypt in preparation for transport into Gaza Strip through the Rafah border crossing in cooperation with the UN World Food Programme. Refugee from Pakistan who got Indian citizenship in 2005 arrested for spying. AT Superintendent of Police Om Prakash Jat said Labhashankar Maheshwari, who was living in Tarapur town of Anand district, has been arrested. A 53-year-old man who came to Gujarat from Pakistan and was given Indian citizenship in 2005 was arrested by the Gujarat Anti-Terror Squad on charges of helping Pakistani authorities spy on the Indian defence personnel, a senior police officer said on Friday. As per RBI Governor, 2000 notes worth 10,000 crore left in system. On May 19, the RBI declared its plan to phase out the 2000 notes which had been introduced in 2016 as part of its rapid demonetization effort. RBI Governor Shaktikant Das on Friday said 2000 denomination notes are coming back and only 10,000 crore worth of such notes are still with people. He exuded confidence that these notes will also be returned or deposited back. 2000 notes are coming back and only 10,000 crore is left in the system. The expectation is that the amount will also come back, he said on the sideline of the event here. That's all in today's headlines. Keep watching T10 Info TV SK channel by subscribing and do hit the bell icon to receive notification and more updates.